Good morning time, pirates. Sorry about yesterday. I was very, very sick. I'm still not feeling well, but I'm not as sick as I was yesterday. So I figured getting out of bed is good for me. So hanging with y'all is as good of an excuse. And we're online, so I can't be contagious. Though I think what I have is not contagious, anyways. There's Alicia. Hi, Alicia.
Good morning. How are you feeling?
I don't know. We're still deciding whether I should go to the ER or not. I don't mean ER as an emergency, as in everyone should be scared right now. I just mean going to the doctor would not be helpful. She would just send me to the ER because I need tests done, right? So, because it's my gut, and I'm afraid it's probably my liver. It's just never acted up this severely. I could barely move yesterday. Didn't sleep at all. Sunday to Monday night. What is that? Sunday night then?
Yeah.
It's awful. So I'm better today, but I'm basically cleaning out my system, right? Like I'm just drinking water. And Kevin made me some homemade chicken noodle soup yesterday, which was delicious. But yeah, it's not food poisoning though, because it's the same kind of symptoms, but that would have already been gone. Right. You see what I mean? Food poisoning is about 24 hours out of your system. So it's not food. And food poisoning didn't make any sense based on any of the other facts, which is no one else was sick. And I have not eaten anything that no one else around me ate, right?
It's not like your appendix or anything, is it?
No. We pressed pretty severely on my appendix, and there's no pain there at all. And there's no sharp pain. It's more like labor pains where everything like squeezes and then stops. But it's not labor, like it doesn't go all the way around the back. It's not gallbladder. I already have my gallbladder out, and I remember what those pains, and those pains were also sharper, and they went all the way around to my back. But because it's not on my back, I also don't think it's a kidney stone. So I am pretty darn sure it is my liver, and the problem with that is there's really nothing they can do. So I need to just, drink water and get as well as I can, and then continue, because we were on our way to getting those tests anyways, because my liver numbers were already
wonky,
not in the safe zone, right? Not in the you need to go to the hospital right now zone, but not in the safe zone either, right? So it's something we've been monitoring. So, but I had not been that sick before in a very long time. I still can't, if I squeeze anything on my right side with my liver, I have to, it sends pain through. It cramps everything up. And what I feel now is, how after you've cramped a lot and then it stops, so you're not in pain anymore, but it's kind of sore. That's what I feel now. So, and I took Tylenol because ibuprofen is probably part of my problem. We call it vitamin I. I use it constantly because most of the time when I'm in pain, it's because of swelling, not actual pain, right? The swelling, that's not what I mean. The swelling causes the pain. So I want the ibuprofen to cut down the pain too, but ibuprofen is not good for your liver. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I had a moment of panic yesterday because my poor puppy, she doesn't know what's going on and she's locked in her cage. And so Jenna luckily has spring break. So she's like, I'll walk her. So she walked her. I just started crying, just happy that at least she gets a walk, So.
Well. I have to do my morning disclaimer because this week we are on spring break. So if you hear humming or background noise of any kind, it is my children.
It's all good. I think we're okay with those. And we mute during actual work hours, right? Which I am not working today. There's no way I can concentrate, but I am going to read. That was how sick I was for the first half yesterday, all the way through lunchtime. I couldn't even read.
Ugh.
But after lunchtime, I was finally okay enough. My daughter had some Tylenol. So I took some Tylenol, which helped a huge amount. And then probably helps that I never take Tylenol, so it's very effective on me right now. Because all I ever took was ibuprofen. But like I told her, if I go to the ER, the number one thing they're going to do is, we're going to do all these tests, and then here's some pain meds, right? So as long as I have pain meds, that's all they were going to do for me at the doctor anyways.
Right.
So the liver is a mysterious organ. and vitally important.
I will probably finish setting up these 2 pages in my reading journal.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to try to do some writing, but I can't make guarantees because I still have to finish my daughter's room. I just have to wait for her to wake up, but we're going on day 5.
They're going on day 5. Is that what you said?
Yeah, we're going on day 5 of just cleaning and decluttering her room.
Oh, gotcha. Hey, it's spring cleaning, man. Literally spring cleaning.
I'm starting to put things back in her room, stuff that I know she will keep and play with. But at the same time, like, she wants to try to keep everything. And I'm just like, you're running out of room. Like, where are you going to put it? Because I don't want it on the floor.
Yep. I mean, learning to let go is part of a human thing, right? We can't hold on to all the things, living or not.
Oh, yes.
Let's see. Who do we have in chat today? I missed you guys yesterday. Lindsay is first. Yay, Lindsay. I'm just on my lunch break from work, but I'll have you on in the background. That sounds great. And Lindsay Kelly, I hope you're feeling lots better today. Did you see the Aurelium Spring Equinox prompts were released last night? I've already made a TBR. I didn't want to do Aurelium, but I mean, it's fun. So you know what I'll do? I will look and see how many HearKit books I can get on. If I can get all HearKit books on Aurelium, then I'll do it. But because I've got to get HearKit done, and I still have like a ridiculous amount of books left for HearKit. So that will be my deciding factor. And Dharma says, good morning. Good morning, Dharma. Good to see you. Morning. And Nikki says, hello. Hope you're feeling better, Kelly. And Mel's on. Hey, Melly. And she says, hey, Kelly Kel. Hope you're feeling better today. Hey, Alicia.
Hey.
And Mel says, oh, whoops. I thought Alicia would be with you. She is. She just showed up a little later. It's all good. Yep. Oh, yay. There she is. How's your cold? Yeah, how's your cold? How are you feeling, Alicia?
I'm feeling better. Like, you can still tell I have a little bit of it. But the coughing fits have subsided. I think it's now moving into allergy season, but I sound a lot better than I did. And my ears keep popping. So
it's cleaning out. It's cleaning out.
For sure. I haven't had to take the decongestant or anything, so that's a plus.
No,
but I have it on the side if I need it.
I don't know. I'm going to still keep taking it for now. Dharma says, oh, no. Yeah, it's not fun. Nikki says, trying to finish Day of Fallen Night so I can move on to Priory. Yay. I am definitely behind on my Priory pages now. Not like forever behind, but a few days behind. I think I'm on page 365.
I'm the one that's forever behind.
Yes. I'm on page 365. Where's Alicia? I keep going to where I sent you the list, Alicia. So looking, and I'm supposed to be on 479. So I'm about 100 pages behind. So on a normal time when I wasn't dying, I could catch up. But that was definitely not a book I could read in my bed. It's way too heavy to hold over my head. And sitting at this desk was not going to happen. Like, it feels very uncomfortable right now. So I read Project Hail Mary is what I read, which, by the way, is really good. Really, really good.
Well, that's the one that's kind of like The Martian or whatever.
It's by the same author. I would not say it's like The Martian, but it is from the same author, and it's the same style. Single person POV. He's been stranded in space, and then you got to find all the reasons why. And there's a lot of math, and it makes me so happy.
Oh, the mail lady's here.
What's here?
The mail lady.
Oh.
She's putting stuff on the porch.
Excellent. So yeah, I will get there.
Yay.
Hey, Molly told us that just starting the book is what you have to do for March of the Mammoth. So we've already done that. But at this rate, Nikki's going to read 2 Mammoth books. Oh, well, come on, Alicia. But at this rate, Nikki's going to read 2 Mammoth books. I think that should get a special prize. Lindsay, sounds like you should be at the doctor ER instead of being here with us. We'll see. Ren says, hello, everyone. Hello, good afternoon. Jean says, good morning, Kelly and Alicia. I'm going to try to write a review today. You got this. Molly, she be feeling better. That's right. And Mel says, sorry to hear that, Kelly. It is what it is. I'm afraid because I have fatty liver, but it turns out it's actually about a third of the U.S. population has it at this point. Yeah, it's a big problem. That's why my dad, it's actually his liver that did him in. And it was, they kept asking me, how much does he drink? I'm like, he doesn't drink. And he didn't drink at all. Oh, wow. And yet he went through, his liver failed. So it's like, it's not that simple. His diet though was atrocious. So you know what I mean? Like he ate vegetables when I made them for him and that was about it. Or Kevin made them for him and that was it.
Oh, wow.
But and he did smoke for like 30 years before he quit. And smoking is bad. But I never smoked. What's wrong with my liver? I do drink though. But I don't drink much. Heck, we were at actually Saturdays when I started not feeling well, but I didn't drink anything on Saturday, even though we were at a brewery all day. But Saturday was just tired. And it's been a rough few weeks. So as in workload wise. So I'm just tired. Jean says, oh no, Kelly, it sounds horrible. Take care of yourself. I'm trying. Look, water. And Mel says, hey, Jean and Molly and Ren. And Jen joined us. Good morning, Pirates. I'll be driving during the first sprint, but listening to a healthcare executive podcast on the way to work. Yeah, it's part of the problem. Our problem I don't want to go is I don't want to pay any ER bill, for heaven's sakes. Mel says, hey, Jen. And Jen says, I hope you're starting to feel better, Kelly. And Jean says, I have 7 outstanding reviews. Oh, there you go. I mean, if you get 1 done each half hour, then you only have 4 outstanding reviews.
That's true.
You can do it. Ren says, hey, Mel. And Mel says, way to go, Jean. And Dee Dee joined us. Hey, Jean. Feel better, Kelly. I'm trying. Ren says, I'll probably just be studying today. There you go. Nikki says, be careful. I know a friend who had a liver transplant. Not trying to scare you, just letting you know high numbers can put you at that point. I know. I have 2 friends who've had liver transplants. So, yeah, I know. Very well aware. And Mel says, doing a mix of homeschooling and reading during these sprints. Ren, I'm still on page 347 for Priory, so we're all behind. Yeah, we're all a bit behind. We're trying. And Ren says, Kelly, will you be watching Project Hail Mary? I think the movie comes out this week at cinemas. Granted, yeah, well, I better feel better. I already bought tickets. Yes, because our in-person book club chose Project Hail Mary to read it and then go see it so we can discuss it. So we're very excited. So we're going to see it Saturday.
There you go.
Yeah, which is really the only real motivation I have, that if I'm not feeling better, I've got to go to the doctor because I can't miss that movie on Saturday. Molly says, stupid Xfinity enhancing my internet, my ass. Oh, I'm sorry, Molly. High blood sugar can cause fatty liver disease. Yeah, but I've never had high blood sugar. My blood sugar is fine. So is my dad's, by the way. Never had any issue with blood sugar. And again, that's not because of healthy eating. Look at me. That's just genetics, right? Part of this is just genetics. And so the fatty liver is also just genetics. Our bad eyesight's genetics. There's nothing we did, right? My daughter has high cholesterol. She's only 22. That is also genetics. They have high cholesterol on my husband's side. So we like to blame people for everything they do, causing every problem they have, except so many problems are out of our control. And I'm really, really tired of this country blaming people for things that are out of their control. And that's what we hear all the time. Well, if you would just do this, if you would just do that, but it's not that simple. It's also, what do you have that guy who, smoked for his entire life and drank his entire life and he's 83, right? It's genetics. Right. Now, does that mean and the reason we do that in this country specifically is because we are all about independent power. So we like to pretend that we have control of everything. So if something bad happens, that's our fault and we should have done better. And it's not that simple. And so
Have
yes,
to
blood
take
sugar can cause fatty liver disease, but it's not
depression.
that simple. And look, we both have it, me and my father, and neither of us have any kind of blood sugar issues. I'm not on any diabetic. I'm 51. I'm not on any diabetic pills. My sugar's fine. So what does that tell you? My dad had a horrible diet. His sugar was still fine. So again, genetically, our body was taking care of the sugar, no sweat, but our livers suck. And by the way, I've had a fatty liver since I was 25. Tell me what you do by the age of 25 to earn a fatty liver. It's genetics. And I know that for a fact because that's when I had my gallbladder out. And so when they took my gallbladder out is when they told me I have a fatty liver because they saw it when they were in there. So
we have to look at all the factors.
Yeah, it's just not that simple. It's just not. Molly says, I am reading an arc called Blood of Ivy by S.D. Hudson. It's Irish, but in English. Interesting. What does it's Irish, but in English mean?
It was originally written in Irish, and maybe it was
Yeah,
translated.
but you just mean Irish English, or do you mean Celtic? Like, I don't understand. But S.D. Hudson is one of our booktubers. She's on here. She's one of our. She's part of our community.
Yeah.
I think she uses she pronouns. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
When
did I check it last? 2 months ago when I had my doctor's appointment. That's the last time I checked my sugar. It's just not that simple. But then it makes people feel guilty whenever they have any kind of issue, because then it's like, it's all your fault. We don't have the control we think we do. I mean, if anything, what we've learned about our brains should be proof of that. We just don't have as much say in our lives, what we think or what we do, as we think we do. The book has an Irish theme, but it is written in English. Interesting. Jen says, Kelly, I'm so glad you said that. I have a health issue that I've been beating myself up for 8 years, but genetics are strong. So it's nice to hear someone also stand that it's not that simple. Exactly. Yes. It's just not. You're like, oh, look, my mother and my grandmother suffered from this. Obviously, it's my fault. I need to do better. What are you talking about? It's not that simple. And it doesn't mean you can't. It just means there's likely nothing you can do. So you just need to do the best that you can. That's all. That's all. And it's definitely not your fault. That's why I actually like my doctor, because she doesn't make me feel guilty. That's why I had to find a doctor that didn't make me feel guilty for everything I am, because all right, let's go to our first sprint. And there is the end of our first sprint. I'm feeling better just sitting up this long. It's nice to sit up this long. Let's see. And let's see. Mel says we were talking about health earlier. Yeah, that American doctors have the habit of dismissing health concerns by blaming weight. Yep. That's what they do automatically. I would say since I've started my walking/running, and I have started running, that in little spurts. I can't go very far, but I've started it. And my heart is doing much, much better. My blood pressure is better. My heart's doing great. My weight hasn't changed at all. So, you know what I mean? Like the things are not as connected. It's not that simple. And Jean says, hey, Mel, how are you? And Jean says, where did you get the ARC, Molly? And Mel says, I'm doing good. My daughter is finally on the mend. Yay. So we actually got good sleep last night. Yeah, there's few things worse than a sick baby, as Alicia can attest to lately.
Yes.
And Jean says that is a major win, Mel. Woohoo. Yeah, sleep cures it all. Molly, sorry, internet keeps going in and out. That's so frustrating, Molly. I'm sorry. Mostly out this morning, apparently. Jean, I got the ARC from Story Origin. And Nikki, I got to page 1009 and a shower taken. Nice. I need to shower so badly. Molly says, yay. And Vanessa joined us. Hey, Vanessa, how'd the meeting go last night? I'm sorry, I was so sick, but you don't need me for that meeting anyway. So my department, there was a multiverse meeting last night. But it was about guests, and my department doesn't really have guests. Like, we have like some talent that comes in, and we have some performances, and we have any of the big stuff, intros and outros and stuff, but we don't have a guest per se. So it is not something she absolutely needs me for. Vanessa says, morning, Pirates. And missed y'all yesterday. Glad you're feeling a bit better, Kelly. Thank you, Vanessa. I rewatched Sinners last night. So freaking good. Did it win? I forgot to look at the Oscars. Ren says, got through a fair amount of work and kind of craving a hot chocolate. Ooh, hot chocolate sounds delicious. Vanessa, meeting went well. No worries for missing it. Nice. Like I said, I knew I wasn't vital for that one. And I wouldn't have been any help last night. Jen says, I had a quick meeting and listened to a podcast episode. Excellent. I got to 51% in Project Hail Mary. I am really liking it. It's spending a really long time with the science. Here's the thing. I love this. This is exactly something I love. I don't understand why it was so popular, though. Because there's so much science in it. Usually people run away from this stuff. So I'm very curious about the people that loved it. Again, I love it, but science is my thing, man. That's my safe space. So I don't know. I'm very curious, because if so, that gives me a little hope for humanity. There were enough of them that like the science in this. That gives me hope right there. Ren says, very true, Kelly. I was diagnosed with PCOS when I was 18, so working out and weight loss only became visible post-diagnosis, right? That's do you see? It's just Ren, yes, I think Sinners won 4 Oscars yesterday. Ooh, it won several Oscars, and Michael B. Jordan won for Best Lead. Yes. Good. Ren says, and the most awarded movie was One Battle After Another. Hope I got the title right. And Christina says that was the Leonardo DiCaprio one, right? And Christina says, good morning, Kelly. Christina, good morning. Good to see you. And good morning, Alicia. And Vanessa says, Christina, with multiple hearts. Oops, are you muted, or can I not hear you? I don't know which one it is.
I might have been muted.
No worries.
But good morning.
And how did your sprints go?
I went through a ton of stickers. I was trying to find like spring-like and Easter-like stickers, which took me forever to find. But this is how far I got.
Oh, so pretty. So what's the like theme? Like what's that page for?
This is just kind of like a transition page because after like this is spring, so March, and then Easter's in April, so this is the transition because the next one will start the month of April.
Nice.
So I figured I would do like a transition page. That and I get to use the full page stickers. So because I want to use them.
You can put April right beside Bunny right there. Peter Rabbit.
I think I have month stickers. I have to find them. But I do have like a Happy Easter sticker.
Aww.
So I also have Care Bear stickers, but I don't know how well they would work.
I mean, they're the right colors. Maybe you can use them in May.
Maybe. What May is going to be a Harry Potter theme, I think. So I could do them as Easter eggs throughout the, like I could use the green one for March, right? But I also did Yoshi. So yes, Isis, I hear you.
I hear Isis.
She is full of herself this morning.
That's right. Puppy was trying to like spit something out. It sounded like she was chewing on plastic or something. I'm like, what are you? Come here. And I like checked her mouth and I couldn't find anything. And I'm like, okay, I guess you swallowed it. And then I was petting her. And then I could hear the paper sound, like the crinkly in her mouth again. I'm like, what? So I like pried open her mouth and looked in it. And she had one of these things.
The tabs?
Tab stuck in her tongue. So she couldn't get it out.
Oh, no. Cora.
Oh, puppies.
I don't know where she went.
Oh, I hear her, but I was like, why am I hearing something, but I can't feel anything in your mouth? Let's see. And Annette popped in. Hello, everyone. Popping in to say happy St. Patty's Day from Dublin. Oh, it is St. Patty's Day.
It is.
I gotta wear, if I go to the ER, I gotta wear green, huh?
I'm wearing green.
I have to wear green. Now. I'm sure I own green of something. And Ren said, yeah, that was the One Battle After Another is the DiCaprio one.
I don't think I've seen that one.
I haven't seen Sinners yet either. I want to, and I just haven't. I don't watch very many movies. I don't watch very many anything. I'm reading books. I think Sinners was a book too, though.
Oh, was it?
I think so. I don't know for sure. Ren says hey to Christina. Christina says hi, Annette. And so does Ren. And Annette says, hey, Ren and Christina. And the cat is yelling at the puppy.
Meow.
And where was I? Mel says, Christina Bay. And Christina says, feel better, Kelly. Thank you, Christina. I'm working on it. It's going to be fine.
Better.
I'm sorry?
That's how they've been doing it. They go, feel better.
Oh, do they? Sorry.
I think it's a reference to something, but I couldn't tell you. Come here.
And Annette says, oh, that's pretty, Alicia.
Thank you.
And Mel says 127 pages into The House Witch by Delamock. And Christina says hi to Isis as well.
I'm trying to get her.
And Annette says, I'm reading Inamorata by Ava Reed. It's dark, but I'm hooked. Ava Reed does that kind of dark things, doesn't she? I have not read Ava Reed yet.
I have not.
Vanessa says, Cora is such a chaos goblin. For sure. She is definitely a chaos goblin. Christina says, happy St. Patty's Day. And look, you're wearing a green sweater. You already said, Alicia.
I know, right? I'm good.
And Mel says, hey, Annette. Annette says, hey, Mel. Christina says, I miss seeing Cora. Did she get big yet? She's huge. I cannot pick her up right now. That will cause me immense pain. But she's probably just about maxed out, I think, though. And last time we weighed her, it was like 43 pounds, something like that. She's probably about maxed out. But we'll see. We shall see. And Christina says, remember to hydrate, feed thyself, check the laundry, take meds, stretch, and show some love to the like button. Also, make sure you sub and ring that bell so you hopefully get notified. Ren says, I'm green with envy for this quarter to end. Is that what St. Patty's means to you, Ren? Mel said, do you even do St. Patty's in South Africa? Mel says, hey, Vanessa. Christina says, hi, Kelly's cat. So sweet. This is Brady. Brady's not sweet. He just likes me and only me. And it has to be at his calling. Like, I can't just pick him up because I want to pet him. Oh, no. No. And if he's like sleeping by you, don't touch him. He's allowed to sleep against you, but you are not allowed to pet him at the same time.
What?
He's definitely a cat. So, Kevin says I mispronounced asshole.
You said that word wrong.
That's just because he doesn't like you. If Jen was in here right now, she'd be going, "Aw." Yeah. He so rarely is sweet like this, and only with me. Oh, Mel says it's a reference to Heated Rivalry, that Better thing, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. See, told you.
Yeah, I've not read the book, and I watched like that first episode, like with Jean and Coda and stuff. Like there was a whole bunch of us watching it, yeah. And I mean, it was hot, but there was no plot, and I was like, I need plot. I can't.
I haven't touched it yet, so I'm gonna wait a little bit.
It just shows how many people just don't need plot. Like they're like, this is good. I'm good with vibes, and I'm not, man. I need plot. Ren, only one more week next week, and then I'm done for Ren. Yay! Start again at the beginning of the second week of April. Ooh, that's a nice break. Yeah, take that break. Enjoy it. And says, yeah, I think it is a Heated Rivalry reference. Got it. Vanessa says, hey to Mel and Christina. It is a Heated Rivalry thing. Better. I get it from Dee Dee. The cutest thing about Heated Rivalry is how much Dee Dee loves it, in my opinion.
Right?
That's the best thing about it. Like to see her smile. Christina says, hi, Cora. I saw the tip of her tail. Yay. Maybe I'll make Kevin hold her up so y'all can see her. Christina says, well, Brady is being sweet right now. He is being very sweet right now. Vanessa says cat rules are a real thing. Exactly. Exactly.
They are.
If I'd been like, come here, I want to hold you, he'd be like, screw you, lady. But says he wants to be held. Here's the problem, though. I don't think you can see it on camera, but he sheds, and then I can't breathe after I hold him. Like, it's all in my nose. It's, cat hair.
Shed very crazily.
Let's see. And Ren says, not really, except for any place that sells beer. They let loose on the good Guinness on St. Patty's. There you go. There you go. And Christina says hi to Zafo. Christina says hi. Hello. He says hello back. And Mel said, my Dusty is the same way about her cat rules. You can't pet her, but she loves to cuddle you as long as you keep your hands to yourself. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yep.
That tells me you just want my heat. You don't want me at all, you brat.
Good morning. It's about to come wake you up.
Oh, sorry, headphones fell out. I couldn't hear. Don't yell at me. I need my headphones. Mel says, I tried getting into Heated Rivalry, but unfortunately it's just not for me. The memes and references are fun, though. Exactly. Yeah, same, Mel. Same. And Molly says, hi, people I didn't say hi to, which is everyone, actually. Vanessa says, hi, Zafo. Annette says, my cat has a specific look that means pet me with your eyes. Do not touch. Appreciate my gloriousness, but don't you dare get near me. That's so cat. Vanessa says, hey, Molly. All right, let's do our second sprint. See, this is why I made myself get on. I feel better just because you guys are here. So I'm going to read some more Project Hail Mary. Probably throw this one out because if I put him down, the dog's going to attack him and then he's going to be really mad. So I'm going to throw him out of the room instead. And now that the dog can jump on the bed, he gets no peace on the bed either. So, all right, ready for second sprints? You doing okay, Alicia?
Yes. Now the second one is awake, and she was like trying to talk to me, and I was like, "Give me a second."
Give me 5 seconds.
Yeah. Because she's like, yeah, and I'm like, hold on, please.
Too much input.
I can't hear both of you.
I can't hear. All right, here we go. And there is our second sprint. I was mostly distracted that sprint. Benny has an ear infection, so we had to give him meds. He's so funny. He comes to me for protection, and then I have to hold him. Poor baby. But so he got his meds, and Cora got her ears cleaned. Don't want her to feel left out.
Aww.
And yeah, it's funny that Benny, he gets ear infections on a pretty regular basis, which is weird because he doesn't have floppy ears like Cora.
Mm-hmm.
They're a little bit floppy, but not totally. So he gets more airflow. Usually that kind of ear doesn't get as many ear infections. But no, he's really prone to them. Poor baby. Poor baby. But he's such a good boy. It's all good. So how did you do that sprint?
I'm trying to figure out placement, but so far I have done this for April. I was gonna shift it a little more this way, but I can't because about halfway down it starts to rip the paper underneath. So we put it back. But I have these purple butterflies that I want to incorporate somehow. So I'm trying to figure out, should I just put them here or should I put another strip of purple kind of like this and then do it that way?
I don't know. It's a lot of squares.
I know. Well, I can round it and I can cut it. And I do also have purple washi tape.
Ooh.
So I'm trying to figure that out. Because I also have to add in the month sticker.
I should bring out some of my old scrapbooks so y'all can see what I used to do. But that was all with pictures and stuff. So in there, is that your book journal? Like, do you write about your books in there, or do you write about your life in there? Like, what is that for?
This is my reading journal.
Okay.
So, like, I'll show you January. January is usually I introduce the month and then I do my goals for the month in 4 different categories. And then the next page is the calendar where I would use markers to say what days I read what books. I have my TBR page. And then after that, I have my reading challenge page. And then this is because it's January. So I'm tracking anything that I read. But then after that, it could either be like something I'm trying to read through, or it'll go straight into Jesus. I put a lot of like challenges. See, like here's the boot camp readathon page. I put a lot of readathons or stuff. Here's our 100 pages book club. So I got that, and I've got Shoreleaf book club listed.
Yay!
I think I might have to make the covers a little smaller, but then I go into my reviews.
Nice.
Which you can clearly see I have not done. I need to write about them. And then it goes into the next month. So
nice.
That's kind of where I'm at. I'm creating the cover page so that I can create the rest of the month. And for April, it's the color purple because that's what Lorelai picked.
Nice. Well, we're finishing our last
Book of Doors.
Jessie Sprague one. Oh yeah, the Book of Doors is tonight. Hopefully, I will be there.
Tomorrow night because today's Tuesday.
Oh my gosh, I lost a day in my head, and I didn't. I lose a day. I thought I lost a day in my head. It's tomorrow. I would definitely be fine by tomorrow. Next, so that we're finishing this week. The next week, next Friday, we're finishing the Shoreleaf Book Club book, The Dragons of the North, and that series will be complete. The Forgotten Path of the Aelors by Jessie Sprague. I do, if you are curious about what book we're going to do in April, I have the new series. Do y'all want to see it?
Yes.
It's a book that I read recently and loved so much. I was like, I want to do this whole series. So I called the author. Look.
Ooh.
So this is the Threadweaver series. This is an epic fantasy. So we haven't done this one yet. And I mean, we haven't done this style yet. So epic fantasy, we've done sword and sorcery, and then we did the romantasy, right? So this one is epic. And so it's Todd Fahnestock. Wildmane is the first one. I loved this book. 5 stars. So much loved it, which is why I called him like, can we do the rest of it? So I've been dying to read the rest of the series, and look at that. So book 2 is The Godspill. Book 3 is Threads of Amarian, which is the world that they're in. And 4 is A God of Dragons. How cool is that?
Nice.
So that will be the one we're starting in April. That will be our new series, Threadweavers by Todd Fahnestock. So very excited. I need to make a little film, but you'll get the first announcements. So that will be cool.
You think it'll be too much if I just stick it like this?
No. If I've learned anything about watching people make those journals, you can't do too much. Like people do layer upon layer upon layer. I know. What you can really do is not enough. That's what you can do, but you can't really do too much.
I'm not big on the layer on layer on layer.
See, I love the layer on layer. Like my scrapbooking was like that. I'll have to show. I will have to go.
It would be too much if I went like that and kind of made it closer. That's why I kind of like moved it over so it was like half purple, half white. But I don't know.
Yeah, I like it better with on the white too, but I wouldn't do it in a straight line. Like curve it, like do it crooked. Yeah,
well,
like don't
it because it's kind of like a wave pattern.
Yeah.
So I can cut some of it out, but you can't really see it.
You know what? Maybe turn it the other way and then put it on there.
Like that?
Nope, keep going. Nope, you're already that way. The other way. Keep going. Nope. See, that one you want the top. Where you want the top, make that top the bottom.
This? So the butterflies are upside down?
Yeah, I like it. It's pretty. Well, I don't know that the butterflies being... See, I couldn't see the butterflies. That's why. I like the shape of that better. But if the butterflies are upside down, you're right. But yeah, that shape looks way better. But it's not going to work with the butterflies. So maybe slant it. So slant the bottom toward... No, other way.
Like that?
Yeah, so it's like coming out. That's pretty.
I could do that, and then there's another piece I have I could put up here.
Yeah, because then having it slanted and because the more direction you have, the more interesting the page is. The more textures you have, the more interesting the page is.
So let me see if I can. I don't know.
I used to sew on mine, like literally pull my sewing machine off and sew on it. Jeb, just don't make them lined up pretty, right? Don't make them lined up. Make it a little chaotic. So if you have that bottom one, yeah, like change the angles a little bit. That will be better. Add some chaos. You have a nice straight label, right? Now the other part needs to be a little chaotic.
I will play with it.
Yeah, play with that. Play with that. Add some chaos. You can do it. I have faith in you. Let's see. Dharma said, oops, I guess I missed the break. I've been putting together a new Facebook ad and made a bowl of yogurt with berries and chia seeds. That sounds yummy. I have to decide what I can and should eat right now, so I'll have to figure that out. Pacing, Jen says, the rest of my morning is full of meetings, so I'm going to head out. I appreciate the sprints and hope you both continue to feel better. Thank you, Jen. Thank you so much. I appreciate the flowers. Lindsay says, okay, work is done for the day, so I'm out. I'm on to reading Dragons from the North for the Shorely Book Club. Yay! That's my next read when I'm done with this one. Gotta finish this one.
I have so much to read. I'm just gonna try to read as much as possible.
Yeah, no, I understand that too. Very, very much so. Like if priority has to wait for a minute, it's just gonna have to wait for a minute. It's okay. I'll catch up. Because I have these other things I've got to get to. And Jessica Kiwi joined us. Hey, Jessica Kiwi.
Yes.
Morning, needed to pee, so I thought I would also get up and see who was on. Rest assured, I will be going back to bed. I don't blame you, not even a little bit. But we love to see your lovely face. Doctor's appointment at 9 a.m. and it's 3:30 now. Oh yeah, get some sleep. Get some sleep. And I missed the rest of Lindsay's when she said so she's on to reading Dragons from the North for Shorely Book Club, liking it much better than book 2 so far. Excellent. Yeah, book 2 was not my favorite either. I agree with you, Lindsay. So
I'll let you
glad
know
to know
when I
that
get
you
there.
like book 3. I'm sorry?
So I'll let you know when I get there.
You should just skip and just read 3. You don't really need the first 2 that much. Just read 3 so you're with the rest of us.
I could probably do that.
Ren says, didn't get through much work, but I did look at a bunch of ceramic mugs with elaborate designs. Loved all of them. Ooh, nice. I need some bigger ones because, I have my Christmas ones. So I need some big ones with from different holidays. Vanessa, I'm trying to get my shit together. I feel you,
I hear that.
That's right. We all heard that loud and clear. Vanessa, I spun my wheel and it says I should write. There you go. Come on, Vanessa. You can do it. You can do it. Jessica Kiwi says, I very nearly started off by saying hello. Heil? Is that Heil? Hello, essentially in Old Norse. Molly says, I need my shit together. I have 0 focus, but don't worry. I have plenty of anxiety to fill the void. I'm sorry. I'm being nice to myself right now. I'm getting nothing done, and that's just the way it's going to be right now. Molly says, what book in your reviews is on the far left, Alicia?
I think it was this page, and it's My Next Breath. That was the Jeremy Renner memoir. If you read it, have tissues. That's my only disclaimer.
I love that man. And Christina says, hi, Jessica Kiwi. And Molly says, yes, please. Christina says, thanks for hosting today, Kelly and Alicia. Have a beautiful day. Oh, we've got one more sprint.
Yes.
That book looks fun, Kelly. Yeah, it's that the first Wildmane is so good. Charles is gonna love it. So good. Christina says, remember to hydrate, feed thyself, save progress laundry, take meds, stretch, and show some love to the like button. Also, make sure you sub and ring that bell so you hopefully get notified. Are those adult YA, NA, where you think? They are adult, but they read just fine for YA. NA suggests there's sex in it. There's no sex in it. They're definitely epic fantasy. At least the first book doesn't have sex in it. And I know Todd's writing, so there probably is not going to be. There's romance. There's definitely tension, but there's not actual sex on page. Christina, for more sprinty fun, we've got the sprinting spreadsheet. I'm so glad you have that again. I know it has existed the whole time, but having the post in there easily to find again. And Molly says, where do you get those books, Kelly? Do you have a shop online? No, these books are
probably.
They are, you can get them from Kindle. Not Kindle. Help me. Amazon. And I don't know if you can order from the bookstore or not. He also has at least the first 3. I couldn't see if the 4th one was in on audio.
What's the series?
Threadweavers.
Threadweavers.
Let me see if it's available. Wildmane is the first book. I'm gonna see if I can get it from
1 of 4.
Because I have no idea if he has them on Ingram or not. This is the problem we're gonna have with indie, right? When we're doing indie. Yeah, it is at Barnes & Noble, so you can get them from Barnes too. So you can order them from your local bookstore.
It looks like on Amazon there's Kindle, audiobook, hardcover, and paperback.
Yeah. And there's paperback and ebook. So he's not Kindle Unlimited, but he has the ebook on Barnes as well, which means I'm sure he is wide. So you could probably get the ebooks of Use Kobo or whatever. You should be able to get it through there too. This is my guess. Since he is available on Barnes & Noble. But yeah, so very excited. Cannot wait. I'm gonna wish that I took better notes when I read Wildmane. Maybe I'll just skim it again. Since I just recently read it. A lot of it is fresh. But I would like it to be really, really fresh for the discussion. But yes, so y'all are the first to know.
If I can hold it up, I think I might go like this. Meh. Do like an arrow type thing, maybe?
Ooh, I like that.
Okay.
The also I looked at Goodreads and I saw that you just DNF'd 3 books that I 5-starred. I think that's very funny.
They're probably older ones too. Because I went through and I discovered they sent an email saying that there's now a do not finish shelf. And I was like, what? So I went through all of my things, and anything that I usually do like a 1 star, that's the I did not finish. So I added those to the do not finish shelf.
That's so funny.
Which ones?
God Killer.
Yeah, I couldn't get into that one. So I'm glad
Daisy Jones and the Six.
I didn't like that one either.
And Becoming.
I might go back to the Becoming one. That was like a I can't do this right now. And the God Killer one, I just couldn't get into it. And then Daisy Jones and the Six, I didn't like the structure. Because it was all like interview type. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I had the audio book, but I was just like, why do I care? I was like, nope. Mm-mm.
I think because it reminded me of Fleetwood Mac so much. I think that's why I really, really liked it. Mel says she got 138 pages into The House Witch. Kiddos are watching Charlotte's Web before we read the book. Aw, I like that. Lindsay says maybe add another purple strip behind the butterflies and tear the edges so it's less boxy looking. There you go. Tearing the edges is a really good way to make it less boxy.
You say that, and I already started putting it down.
I'm sorry. I didn't read fast enough. Molly says, Alicia, you might go to Sweet Shop Community just to look at the scrapbook pages. I think the more you see, the more it will burn into your style. Yeah, exactly. It give you ideas. You're like, oh, I didn't think to do that.
All right. You're lucky I can pull it off.
Christina is sending all the feel better vibes. And the shop sells scraps. Molly says the shop sells scraps, but I'm not suggesting you buy anything. I know they have fantastic scrappers, though. You'll have to register. And Christina says, Jessica Kiwi, I almost said hi to you. How Sigden? I get it. Sorry. Molly says, oh, yep, that was the one. Thank you. Christina says, really? I swear that was 3. I forgot how to count. Nope, sorry. We only did 2. And Molly, I didn't make my hydration goal yesterday. Oh, no. Mel says, Kelly, I was wondering if the Cursed Dragon ship has like an ARC team to help promote the books, or is it like an author-to-author basis? I hope I'm making sense. Yes, we do. We do have author-author basis, but we do have a couple people that are on the Cursed Dragon ship team. So if you want to join the team, we'd love to have you. And then anytime we have a new book, we've been really slow lately, though, because I'm trying to sell the books we have. And in order to publish the next ones, right? Because the freelance editing has been really slow. So I've been having trouble. So we've been concentrating more on selling the books than publishing the books. But we did have a very active street team. And I would love to add you to that. And if it's like a second book or a third book, I'll give you the first book for free too, so that you can read that one.
Is this what Molly's talking about? So it's not like a straight edge?
Yeah, that looks so cool.
Okay.
I think Lindsay suggested that, but yes.
Or Lindsay? Somebody did. I'm sorry. If it was Lindsay, yes.
Yeah. Molly, I was misspelling his name. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, see, tearing it makes it look so much better. That's part of what was bothering me, I think. And then you could put the butterflies right on it. Like I said, it was just too boxy. It was bothering me. Lindsay says, add more chaos. Exactly, right? A little more chaos makes it look good. Christina says, Daisy Jones reminded you of Fleetwood. Yeah, Fleetwood Mac. If you look at their history, they're very much like that book. And that I have no doubt that inspired her when she wrote that book. It had to have, because it's too much like it. So if you watch Fleetwood Mac, finding what's her name? Shit.
I don't know.
You know, the lead singer, female lead singer, not the male. I can't remember.
No.
And they were in a relationship, and then they broke up, and then they like a lot of the history of what happened with Fleetwood Mac felt very much like this. And so it was like nostalgic for me to read it, even though it wasn't real. But yeah, Fleetwood Mac has quite a history. And Christina says, sorry, Kelly. Yes, Old Norse for the Vikingathon. Nice. And Jessica Kiwi says, laughs at Christina. Mel says, I would love to join. I've been wanting to read and review more indie books. I love that. Plus, I can give you a list of some amazing indie books too. So I'm glad. I'm trying to bring some to you now, right? So, and Todd is not one of our authors, but he is definitely part of our community, and he's fabulous. Stevie Nicks. Thank you, Christina. It's ridiculous. My brain is not quite working. And the Scooby said, "You mean Stevie Nicks?" Yes, yes, I did. A very easy name that I should have come up with right away. But her voice is the way they describe it is Stevie Nicks' voice. So it's really cool. Christina says, I may have to give that book a try. I quite enjoyed it. It looks better already.
Right.
Do those? Oh, those don't. So all of that covering around those flowers, that plastic stayed on there.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's kind of like a washi. So when you pull it out, it's.
So Christina says, I may. You don't have to take it back off. Leave it on. We're good. Christina says, I may have to give that book a try. It was good. And what I heard, even though obviously Alicia didn't have that experience, is that the audiobook is better. I read it, but that was enough for me. But I have heard that the audio is even better.
Yeah, well,
I see.
I heard that.
I like the clear, so it might just be the sticker I have a problem with. Molly says, that looks great, Alicia. Yeah, that's much better. At least it's got some interest now and some angles. And
I mean, I've got purple flowers, so if I want to add purple flowers.
Oh, there you go. Add even more dimension.
Mm-hmm. I just got to figure out where I'm going to put the word April.
Right. Details. I assume that where the black part in the middle, that's where April was. Does it say something else?
This?
Yeah.
It's like a bookshelf.
Oh, see, I couldn't see the details on that. Well, I would still put April right over the top of that.
I could.
Just do it in like white.
Yeah, it's on a white sticker paper. I'm just trying to tie in all of the elements that are going to be used throughout the month.
That makes sense to me. Molly says, the other day you mentioned wanting your journals to be like the ones you see in videos, Alicia, looking at vids and pics with intention and then trying a technique will help you. Yep. That's how I learned all kinds of things. And just going shopping helps me too. And I don't mean like online shopping. I mean going to the store and physically touching stuff, because I would go to Michael's and get all kinds of things. I mean, I use buttons. I use little wooden pieces. I used so many things that weren't specifically in scrapbooking in order to give it so much more dimension and character and color. Fake flowers I would put on there, right? Like the little cloth flowers that you can buy, just like, so you can take the petals apart and use that for texture. Like I used so many things. And like I said, literally sewing on them. I will see if I can find them today, depending on how I feel. And then I'll show y'all tomorrow. I just had so much fun with it. I just didn't see any point in doing it anymore because we don't print pictures anymore. They were always for pictures, right? So that was the point of it. But I will see if doing a book journal might work for me. Like I need another hobby. Who am I kidding? But Molly says that looks great, Alicia. And Christina, I watched a season of American Horror Story just for her. Did you? I don't know. Stevie Nicks was in one of those. That's funny. Molly, one trick for scrapping that you might try to use on some of your pages is to create anchor points for the eye in the shape of a triangle. Yeah, well, the triangle is a typical art thing. If you walk through an art museum with all of the older art, the traditional art, you can always find the triangle. So a lot of religious paintings are like that. You always have the triangle.
In photography, it's they usually say look for. You can usually see like threes.
Yeah.
Do it.
Well, three. Well, when it comes to the eye, no matter what you have, it's not just it's 3s and 5s is what the eye likes. 7s, anything odd number. But when it comes to art, like an art thing, it's actually a triangle. It's always just 3, and it's not 3 in a row. It's a triangle, because that's how you get and you can actually force the eye to focus on one point, then the other, and that's exactly how it works. It's a little more complicated than that, but if you look at the technique, if you look it up, it's so fascinating. Like I said, it's just the way the brain works. You're not making a choice. It's just the way the brain works. The artist is taking advantage of that. So, Lindsay says, I have 18 priority books for April. I think I need to reprioritize with half that number as max priorities. Yes,
I
that's my problem.
mean, if you've seen my TBR video.
I have a huge. I think I've only finished like 4 books this month so far. Like that is ridiculous for me. I've been reading, by the way. It's just that they're so long. I bet you my page count's the same. I just have so many beasts on this list. I'm not getting the number of books. There's some booktubers like Nicole that does page count instead of book numbers. I'm like, that does make more sense because my book numbers are going to be sad this month. There's going to be characters going backwards. I just want you to know because there's no way, especially since I got sick, there's no way I'm going to get all those books read.
That's what does it.
Yeah, but if I'm not reading them, I don't need to buy new ones anyway. So backwards you go.
I should not be in the bookstore for like the rest of the year, if I'm being honest. But will I? Probably.
And Mel says, I believe it was Coven. They used a lot of her music for that season. Interesting. Yes, the Coven one. Christina agrees. I believe she was the high priestess. Ooh. And Molly says, you got this, Lindsay. Christina, and I think it was in NOLA, but can't remember right now. Anything in New Orleans is awesome.
Oh.
Mel says, yes, she was Christina. Now you're making me want to rewatch it. No, I've never watched American Horror Story.
I have not either.
Lindsay's laughs. I'll answer to anything today. I'm answering to Molly. Christina says season 3. Also, it was early too. Yeah, I don't remember that. I remember Lady Gaga was on. Molly, I am way behind in books this month as well. Yeah, apparently this is the behind month.
This is supposed to be my get caught up month. You're doing very much catching up.
Well, let's take the next 30 minutes where I am going to watch the Aurelium link that Molly sent me because with Thing not coming out till April 1st, it looks like, which is very frustrating. Our fantasy. I need to make a list. So I might at least just make the list for Aurelium, even if I don't do it. All right, here we go. 30 minutes.
I believe that is the end of our sprint. I'm not 100% sure. We have to wait for Kelly. I don't remember where we left off in the comments. Oh, good, you're back. You're muted.
Sorry, it was an emergency. All right. Excellent. So I looked at Aurelium, and I'm afraid 2 books are not on HureKit. So I can try, but I don't know if it's going to happen. I might have to take a break this semester. Going on sabbatical. So it looks fun, but I really want to get HureKit done. I don't know if I'm going to do HureKit next year. We'll see what it looks like. Because it's a little too all-consuming. It doesn't give me enough freedom to read the other stuff I just want to read, instead of stuff I have to do just for this one thing.
Right.
So, I don't know if I will do it. It's been really fun the past 2 years. If anything, it really kick-started my reading again. So I will always be grateful for HureKit, but I don't know that I want to do this again next year. But I will make my final decision in June when it comes out. Because at first it was easier because like everything I was reading would fit in, but I just need literally too many books to make it for this one. Because if I finish HureKit without cheating, it's not cheating because it's in the rules, it'll be 133 books. And that's almost every book I read last year.
Oi.
Because I read 160 last year. Do you see what I mean? So in a whole year. So this is almost every book I read in a year. Use only for this, and that's not what I want.
Right.
So we will see what it looks like, if it looks like this many. And I had my doubts when it first came out. And yeah, because even though you can use every book for 2 things, there are so many things that are so specific that it only qualifies for that one thing. So we'll see. But how did everyone else do that sprint? Did you already say how you did, Alicia?
I didn't, because I was like, I don't know where we are in the comments, and I was like, I don't know where Kelly went.
Sorry, it was an emergency. That's what happens when you get your sick person as your host.
And I had to yell at the kids, so.
I'm sure they asked for it.
They're being a little
The
loud.
chicken feet came in the mail, though, so both dogs got a chicken foot, and they were very happy.
Ooh, that, and I went, I had to go print out new April stickers, and so I spent like most of that time just playing around with fonts. It's too much.
Fonts are fun. Fonts are fun.
This one is called Strawberry Blossoms.
Ooh. I like that one.
I feel like I should put a strawberry in the spread somewhere.
It's not going to match all that purple, man.
Nope.
I mean, red goes good with purple, but you'd have to make that the accent color through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Christina, you don't need to watch any other season. They do not connect. Just pick a season that interests you and watch that. I would rewatch season 3. Hint, hint, hint. Let's see, Molly, especially on Irish Day, Lindsay. That Molly's a great name. That's right. That's true. That's true. Alicia, I've been watching the channel a lot lately when it comes to layouts and themes. So she put in, or this channel, put in Aaron Smith's channel there. Mm-hmm. Vanessa got a phone call, so missed most of the chatty bit. Gonna heat up leftover pizza for lunch and get another cup of coffee. I have to decide. I really have no appetite. I just know I should eat, so I've got to go figure something out. Maybe I'll just have toast. Nice, boring, bland.
Toast.
Yep. Annette, contemplating another coffee myself, Vanessa. Alicia Kelly. Or Allie. Allie. Hi, Allie.
I was going to say, that wasn't me.
No, sorry. It's Allie. Hello. It took a minute to all connect in my brain. It's so good to see you, Allie. How are you doing? How are things up in Minnesota? Alicia says, good morning, Allie. And Annette says, I finished my book. It's definitely one that needs all the trigger warnings. Ooh, that's a tough one. That's going to be one you have to be ready for it, right? So, Vanessa, do it, Annette. All the coffee. Annette says, oh, I did, Vanessa. Enjoying now. Molly says, so I am doing one competitive readathon next month. Do you think having another one would motivate me or demotivate? I don't know. It's a good question. Remember last year I was doing 3 to 4 competitive ones a month. Well, then I think you should do at least 2 then. I mean, come on. You can't go cold turkey.
Well, I was going to say, how did she do with those 3 to 4? Did she get demotivated or was it motivating for her? Because if it was motivating, then by all means, you should have at least 2. But if it wasn't, then maybe not.
That's right. Allie says, I hereby volunteer to help anyone fit the books they want to and like to read into your kit prompts because it takes creativity and I love doing it. That's awesome. I have like specific ones left though, right? Like specific parts of the queer rainbow and specific parts, right? It's all the very specific ones that I have to get done. And I have books ready. It's just, yeah. Ren, so I watched TikToks. Thanks for sprints, Kelly and Alicia. Allie, I have 16 books left to finish. My remaining 24 prompts. Nice. Very nice. Vanessa, I didn't realize the video wasn't on live. Almost missed the chat. Oh, no. You walk away and YouTube does whatever it wants.
Don't you just take that?
Hey, at least it's working right now, knock on wood, so I'll take it. Annette, I'm just now reaching the point where some of my books don't fit a prompt. Exactly. Yeah, that happened to me starting last month, or the month before. This year, so January. It started in January. I was like, well. Molly, Kelly, you made a big effort, and that's really the point. The purpose of your kit is to get people reading, so you're already winner. Yeah, it might be the purpose of it. And like I said, it worked the first time. However, my brain, I have to complete things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just so hence it's more stress for me instead of fun, and I need reading to be fun. I have enough stress, so it's my brain's problem. It's not your kid's problem. And Molly's like, you got this, Allie. And Molly says, Annette, you need more arcs now. Annette says, I have 42 books left for your kid. Yeah, I think I have 60 some odd. Let's see. So what am I on? 88. And when I say 133, so what's that? 55. I have 55. So can I do it? Yes. But there's a lot of books that I only read for your kid. Vanessa says, I have no illusions of winning here, kid, but it's gotten me to read more. That was the goal. There you go. That's awesome. Annette, no, I really don't, Molly. I do not need any more arcs. Ren says, your kid would unfortunately drive me up a wall. Yeah, right? That's the problem because I have to finish it. That's the problem with my brain. So, and again, I will because I've read enough indie to take place of a prompt. Any ones that I don't get done, I've read tons of indie. But that's still, to me, that's cheating, even though that is within the rules. Allie says, snowy. It's snowy in Minnesota. That's sorry.
No.
Your spring will come soon. You've got what, 3 months left?
3 months.
Molly says that technically means you're already finished, Vanessa. Wink. Lindsay says, okay, I've reprioritized my April TBR with 11 max priority books, much more achievable, and the rest can be lower priority reads. I love it. I love it. Vanessa says, Molly, I winned.
Yeah.
And Mel says, didn't read that sprint, but I did finally eat a late breakfast. Nice. Ren, if anything, I need to do a read all my arcs challenge and not request more until I do. Yeah, that's part of that's my personal challenge for thing is to get 80%, which is almost all of my arcs because I don't have that many. Molly says, it helped me focus, but I also had my Manjaro then, so my head wasn't sugar fuzzy. The Manjaro?
I don't know.
I think that's her. Maybe is that the diabetes meds? So it worked. That makes sense. Yep. Allie, I made a prompt matrix to find specific books that all fulfilled 2 to 3 prompts using triple ups. Oh. I have used triple ups a couple times. But again, then you're finding books specifically to read for your kid, right? That's my point. And finding some specifically to read to your kid, that's the point of doing these, right? Otherwise, what's the point? But I still want a little more freedom in what I'm reading, and I feel too trapped. Molly says, good job, Lindsay. And Lindsay says, I have 17 Your Kid books left to read. Woohoo, you're rocking it.
Wow.
Annette says, at least 75% of my Your Kid books are arcs. Nice. Vanessa, thanks so much for sprints, y'all. Kelly, I hope you feel better soon. I'm assuming that whole is going to say, or get well, one of those. And I'm sure I will. I have no doubt. Feel better soon. See, I translated it. We're all good. Molly, that's the way to do it, Annette. And Flo joined us. Flo, good morning. It's good to see you. Sneaking away from work to hit like. Back I go. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate the support. Vanessa says, stupid keyboard disconnected from BT for 2 seconds and my words didn't show through.
No.
That's so funny. It just chose. It was like, eh. Flo's like, everyone is sprinting today. Goodness. So many likes you got to get to, Flo. I'm telling you. Molly says, Flo. Vanessa, I haven't planned out all my Your Kid books. That would stress me out. And I didn't either at first because that would stress me out too. The only ones I planned out were the ones that were the quote to make sure I could do the quote. Otherwise, I would choose a different quote, right? So I planned those out. And I planned my series out because I knew which series I wanted to do. But everything else was just whatever I was reading, I put it in. And okay, Molly says, I'm sorry?
I said, okay, I think I'm done.
Yay! And Flo says, Molly, look at that. Oh, it's a pretty butterflies. It's so pretty. Okay. And Molly says, it does take a lot of time, Vanessa. And then I'm spelling out half my quote to use more books. Cool. Allie says, Vanessa, I just look at the books I wanted to read, then fit them into prompts. Yeah, I did that too. But I still didn't get enough in certain areas. What do I have? The world one and the queer rainbow one. And by the way, I got like the easy queer. Like I read plenty, but it's still mostly gay, lesbian, bi. That's what I read mostly, right? So to get the other ones, I had to go search. Let's see. I would already be done with that one if it was just queer, right? That kind of thing. Lindsay, Kelly, maybe any Your Kid prompts where you have more than 2 to 3 to read, then you should replace the prompt with indie reads. This is not cheating, it's gamification. I agree.
Or 2/3, yeah.
And that's what I'll do. Like I'm concentrating on the ones I'm closer to finishing. And the ones I'm farther away, I can always use the indie. And Vanessa says, hey, Flo. And Allie says, only for the first 25 prompts. Otherwise, the books I just read naturally have all found homes out of 184 prompts total. Nice.
Wow.
Molly, yes, the diabetic meds. Did I tell you guys that they denied my appeal because I had only picked it up at the pharmacy 2 months out of 6? Of course, 3 of those were the months they were denying me coverage. Oh, jeez. Vanessa, Molly, God, they suck so bad. Vanessa, that's pretty, Alicia.
Thanks.
And Molly says, I actually was able to finish the first Your Kid within 2.5 months of finding it. That's because I backed up to January and what I had read. Annette, love it, Alicia. Lindsay, I planned everything, a couple of prompts at a time, so I wasn't overwhelmed with them all at once. Molly, yep. Vanessa, my mind was literally blown for 2 days. Yeah, that makes no sense. Molly, Alicia, that's an awesome spread. Allie, what is the indie rule? Oh, if you read 5 indie books, you can replace an entire prompt with those 5. That's what the indie rule is. So if I have a prompt that I'm not complete with, then I can use that prompt. Like Heritage Months, I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. Now I also made it harder for myself. Like I didn't want any of the translated ones to go into Heritage. I didn't want any of the world ones to go into translated. Like I could have tripled up and got more of these done. But I think I have 2 triple ups left. But I just didn't so far in points. I didn't want like that defeats the purpose of trying to read more widely, right? If I'm doubling, those are easy ones to double. So I didn't do those. So now at the end, I'm just going to double whatever. I'm not even going to use my self-inflicted rule to do this. Translation, I only have 1 read so far in translation. Around the World, I have 3 done. Make a Quote, I only have 2 done. 3, sorry, I have 3 done. So those are my biggest ones that that are the farthest away from getting done. The other ones are right on the verge of being done. So BIPOC's just about done. Favorite Here Kids just about done. Queer Alphabet is close now. New Releases is just about done. Challenge Yourself is just about done. So I'm close. Key Reviews, I just have 1 more. So I'm close on a bunch. But we'll see. Whatever I'm the farthest away from, I will just use the indie. Because again, I've read a ton of them, especially doing the Short Leave Book Club. So, and those books I haven't used for like anything else. So there's, you know what I mean? Like, I also don't want to use any indie I've read for Here Kid. It's just indie that I read that didn't count for anything in Here Kid, or I didn't use for anything in Here Kid. Those are the ones I'm counting. So. But again, part of this, it's self-inflicted. What can I say? Most of my pain is self-inflicted when it comes to challenges.
That is one challenge I'm glad I did not do. I'd be sitting there racking my brain going, why did I do this to myself?
Especially in your current, you're having trouble reading stage. There's no way. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that's the indie rule. Vanessa says, is there an intersex prompt on the Queer Rainbow? There is. I think I'm reading this one. An Unkindness of Ghosts is the one I am reading. And yeah, but Vanessa, if you want to put we'd love to hear what the suggestion is. We will take suggestions. Yeah, Allie says yes. Molly, I believe so, Vanessa. And Vanessa, if so, I have a rec if folks need one. Emerith and Ash by Jessica Freely. Ooh. And Annette says yes also. And Allie, Vanessa, hit me. What? I read so many indies. I know, right, Allie? See? So you can replace an entire prompt. So Vanessa, I edited it back when it was first pubbed. That's awesome. We can add that to the list of possibilities. And Annette says, thanks for the rec. Have filled that prompt, but always happy for more diverse recs. Molly, entire prompt, not 1 book. Yep, exactly. Molly, Annette, are you doing the points part? Allie, Molly's like, what? A whole bingo square. Yep, exactly. 5 indie. Because, you know, QWERTY is really trying to push indie, right? Read indie. And I'm like, well, I already do, so this is perfect for me. So like I said, I'm going to finish it no matter what. It just will not necessarily be with the books intended. Yep, I know I get points for arcs too. Yep. And Annette, indies for the win. Some of the best books I've read this year are indie. I agree. Molly, yep, I was reading like a fiend. Allie, and like indie publishers or self-pubbed authors. I read so much of both. I'm including it as both. So indie publishers, they just have to not be owned by the big 5. That's how I look at it, right? So I always, if I see a publisher and I don't know who they're owned by, all I do is go to go to Google or whatever and search in, who owns blah, blah, blah publishing, right? Or publisher or whatever the title is. And then it will tell you, oh, this one's owned by Hachette. Oh, this one's owned by, because so many of those little indie ones were like, oh, look, they're cute indie. Like, no, they're owned by Hachette. They don't count. So always search, right? Search and see who they're owned by. So if you do, who owns Cursed Dragon Ship Publishing? It's not owned by anyone. It's owned by Cursed Dragon Ship Publishing. Do you see what I mean? And that's how you know. So that's how you would know for sure, because there's some indie ones that I haven't heard of, and then there's some that look indie, but they're not. Simon & Schuster is paying for them. They're not indie. So that kind of thing. Molly Kelly, are you including the books you edit? I know that is different than reading, but you still read, right? I do not include those. I do not. Nope. I think that's not the same thing. I get paid to do those. Now, do I include the ones I edit for my company under I've read them? Yes, once they come out. Once they're released, then I include those as yes, I've read them, because I've read them multiple times. But I wouldn't include them for something like Your Kid. Annette Molly, I'm on hard mode, no double ups, no rereads, no points. I probably won't do that again if I do Your Kid 3. Molly, I don't suppose anyone wants me to share the fact that there are a couple of other readathons that are also very difficult. No, Molly, hush. It's enough. You can share them. It's okay. Allie says, I feel like Phoebe on Friends. This is brand new information. My mind is blown. And Allie, oh yeah, I always do that. And I've been keeping track of publishing ownership. There you go. So as far as I'm concerned, yes, indie publishing counts, because we also have no resources and are doing the best we can. Just like an indie published author by themselves. So in my opinion, same. Molly, yeah, it was something that kind of gets forgotten because there is so much information at once. And plus people who even try are overachievers, it seems to me. Yeah, exactly. This is definitely an overachiever kind of competition for sure. It's where the overachievers thrive. So, yeah. So it's what it is. Do you have any last words, Alicia?
Hopefully new videos coming soon. Tomorrow is the last reading section for 100 Pages Book Club and the Book of Doors. And then regular sprints on Sunday.
Nice. Very nice. Allie says, well, shit, I've read 39 books that would count for that trade-in, right? I think last time I looked, I think I was at 22 that I did not use for Your Kid, because I wanted to make sure ones that I hadn't already used for something else on Your Kid, right? So I had 22 that I had not used for Your Kid yet that I have read that I can use. So that's 4 prompts that I can just done.
Yep.
Lindsay, that's a lot of indie reads. Yeah. We love the support, Allie. And Vanessa said, thanks again for sprints, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Absolutely. Thank you very much. And yeah, hopefully I'll feel even better tomorrow. I'm going to go toast. I think toast is the way to go. I think I'm feeling good about toast. So I'm going to go have that. If that sits well, then we'll see later on, get some protein. So awesome. So thank you, everyone. Thanks for being here. I feel better just interacting instead of laying in bed, right? So that alone helps. Allie says, Lindsay, I'm very lucky to have a thriving indie author scene in Minneapolis. Yep. And a lot of bookish events I can go to meet them. That's where I got most of mine too. Besides already being part of this community. So I already know a bunch of them, like, Todd. This is our next one, Allie. Speaking of indie books, this is the first time on this thing, this stream that I have announced our next Shore Leave Book Club series is The Threadweavers by Todd Fahnestock. First book is Wildmane. I read it and freaking loved it. So I called Todd and I was like, Todd, can we please use this for Shore Leave Book Club? So this will be our April read. It will be Wildmane. It is a 4-book series. So very excited to get this started. So you can get 4 more indie if you want to come join our book club, Allie. And then for our book club, we actually bring the author on too. So when we discuss it, we have the author on and we can actually talk to the author about the things that we loved and the things we were like, what? In the book. So that's the fun part. Awesome. And Annette says, thanks for sprints. We'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Absolutely. I predict I shall be here tomorrow. That is my prediction. So excellent. All right. Final goodbye. How many Southern goodbyes have we done now?
Bye.